Here we are, about 2.5 weeks into getting this video analysis facility up and running. Um, we've already started getting some players in, and I'm going to go ahead and just share with you guys a video so you guys can see what we're doing here. I've got a player that came in. We did an evaluation on him in the beginning of this segment. We did a 1 hour session with him. And at the end of this, I'll go back and show you the beginning and then kind of where we are. He's got a long way to go, but we've fixed a lot of stuff in that hour. But right now, one of the things that I did was I tried to find a swing that I thought that he was closely resembling. And the one that I came up with is David Freese. I looked all over the place, and uh, this is the one that closely resembles the swing that he probably is going to have, and that's what we're going to probably develop him to have. I've got to talk to him and his parents, and then we'll make a decision on it. And if that's the direction that we'll go, we'll start doing all the things that are required to build that swing in him. So let's get started. What I've done is I've put David Freese on the left and the player on the right, and I've also set it up to where it closely matches the frame so that we can kind of see the differences. And by doing this, we're going to see kind of where he's at right now and where we've got to go. So right now, both players are pretty close to being ready to swing. If you look right here, the bat's in the proper position. We can take and you know draw a line right here, and you can kind of see that. Um, if you look over here, same thing over here. We're going to go ahead and chart this out a little bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a step further, and we're going to start walking through these swings. Okay, as you can see, weight transfer is starting to happen. Uh, both players are starting to adjust their weight back. Okay, so far everything's looking good. The one thing that I'm seeing on the player to the right is that you're going to notice that Freeze actually separates when his foot comes down. He's actually going to show really good separation from here to here. The player on the right basically just kind of picks his foot up and drops it, but there's no separation with his hands, which we would like to see. We would like to see that once that foot touches the ground, there should be a separation back with his hands, because once he separates back, then that's going to put his bat head, or excuse me, his handle in a position to come linear. Well, it's linear, but it's also a slight rotation to the ball. I tell him to go straight to the ball, but we still want a little bit of rotation here. Uh, okay, so let me move this a little bit forward. And as you can see, he's got a nice load to him. He's got his weight back. All right, let's keep going forward a little bit more. Okay, right here, we're going to see the touch. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Let's go ahead and chart this. Draw a line right there. Okay, now if you look, there's a little bit of separation, but you know, I'd like to see a little bit more on him, because it's going to help. But baby steps. All right, so we're going to keep going through this. All right, you're starting to see the turn. Now the difference here is that this player is starting to let his hips slide. He's breaking his front side right here, which is going to cause all the loss of power. If you look over here at Freeze, One of the things that I like to see when I'm watching somebody hit is I like to see this front side right here. I like to see that lock, and you can tell over here that he's already started to break his front side. And what's going to happen is his hips are his backside as he rotates is going to push around through here, and it's gonna bust this front side, and his knee's gonna come forward, and he's gonna lose all of his power. Whereas David Freese, he's just gonna rotate. Oops. He's just gonna rotate his back hip right here. Front side's gonna stay closed, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So let me go a little bit further. Okay, unless you're gonna watch. Okay, now right here, a lot of things have happened. Okay, real quick. The first thing is, let me go back a little bit. Okay, right here, if you notice, Freese is starting to pull with his back shoulder and his elbow. He's keeping his front elbow, I'm sorry, but his back elbow, he's actually got that real nice and tight to his body, and he started to pull his shoulder. Now what that does is that when the bat head comes around and hits the ball, he's going to be able to go through the ball. He's going to be short to it, and then he's going to go right through the ball, and he's going to extend out. Whereas the player on the right is not pulling his shoulder, and what he's doing is he's using his hands to kind of get the ball to, get the bat to the ball, but he's forgetting to pull that shoulder back. And what it's going to do is and I'll show you as we go forward here. Okay, now look at the difference. Okay, his shoulders down in the back, right there, and then if you go over to Dave Freese, right there, it's pulled all the way back. Okay, he's taken his tilt, which is right here, and you can see it right there. There's tilt right there. Okay, no tilt whatsoever here. Okay, and so what's happened there is that he's pretty much straight up and down here, which just isn't going to give you any power. So those are the things we're going to work on. But to get more of this kind of stuff, I just wanted to share this video with you guys to kind of see, for one, that we're up and going. We're being able to really analyze these swings and stuff, and come on in. Uh, we're really going to try as hard as we can to help in this community. So just give us a call. All right.